This is no ordinary burger, not because it's vegan, but because it can do something that burgers rarely accomplish. I'm going to show you a burger that is completely meat-free, and yet it offers a unique blend of Sunday roast, meatloaf, and simply something truly delicious. The patty has a very special structure, a unique texture, and its flavor is absolutely wonderful. Folks, if your mouth is watering right now, then definitely stick around. I'll show you exactly how it's done. There's one thing that's most important to me when it comes to burgers, and that is specifically the structure, the texture of the patty. Once you've got that right, you can season the thing however you like, and you'll always have something truly special. I'll start with sunflower seeds. I'll toast these in a pan, first without adding any fat. You'll find the exact quantities, as always, listed right below the video. Now, the sunflower seeds to develop a nice roasted aroma. This process is quite quick. That means you'll need to keep a close eye on it, your nose right in the pan, your ear listening carefully, always giving it a little swirl. And while that's happening, I'll get started on the cauliflower. This cauliflower will later provide, among other things, a truly special texture and also a unique visual appeal. You'll see later, it really packs a punch. I'll take about 80 grams for myself. I'll roughly grate the cauliflower with my kitchen grater. Now, another component for the main mixture is added, and that is chestnuts. Since I really want to have a loose patty, I'll simply chop the chestnuts right here. Don't puree it completely, just make sure it's not too finely processed. That's one of the key secrets to creating a truly wonderful, fluffy and light burger patty. Just a little bit of careful handiwork, gently going through it with the knife. It's actually quite a lot of fun to do. And here, take a good look at this. It's really nice and light. The chestnuts will be served alongside the cauliflower. And the chestnuts give the patty a truly distinctive color. And they also make it wonderfully juicy. So, this is the absolute game changer when it comes to burger patties. And I came up with this idea last year when I prepared my chestnut and nut roast. And the very next day, I ate it cold on a slice of bread and thought to myself, wow, this reminds me so incredibly much of meatloaf. So I knew I absolutely had to revisit this concept to optimize and adapt various mixtures that really evoke the taste and texture of meat dishes. Now, it's time for the sunflower seeds. Just roughly chop these with the knife as well. Oh, the smell! It's incredible! Toasted seeds, toasted nuts. That's absolutely wonderful. But you could also mix things up a bit here, like sunflower seeds with some pumpkin seeds, and even some hazelnuts. Once you've truly understood this basic mixture, I can easily imagine that you yourselves will become quite creative very quickly. Now, add the finely chopped sunflower seeds to the mixture. Now, you can carefully start to lift and mix the whole thing through. If you press it too much with your hands at this stage, it will just turn mushy again later. That's the kind of consistency you always get with all these bean burgers and bean fritters. Bean fritters are also quite fantastic, but here, something completely different is being created. Not these soft, squishy textures. Just take a look at this, how incredibly loose it is right now. In addition, a few oats are added, as well as 2 flaxseed eggs. So a flaxseed egg means that it replaces the binding properties of a regular chicken egg. For 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, add 2 tablespoons of water. Let it sit for at least 10 minutes. This will create a jelly-like consistency that will additionally bind our mixture. Fold in 3 tablespoons of chickpea flour, 4 tablespoons of water, and the mixture with 1 heaped teaspoon of mustard, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a few good, generous turns of pepper, 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika powder, and 2 teaspoons of dried marjoram. And season with a generous splash of Worcester or Worcestershire sauce. Again, properly combine it with your hands. And right away, you can see how the mixture naturally binds on its own, without me having to press it together even once. Set it aside for at least 5 minutes and let it briefly rest and settle. While this is resting here, a truly magnificent texture develops. And in the meantime, we'll get started on the onion sauce, which is almost like a rich onion gravy or a braising sauce. For this, I'm using 2 large cooking onions. I calculate half an onion per burger. First, sear the onions really well for 2 minutes. You really want to give it some serious heat, a lot of heat, when the onions start to turn lightly brown, just like you see here. I believe I'll just go ahead and open myself a bottle of malt beer. And I could caramelize the onions right now, with a little bit of sugar and a little bit of maple syrup. But I really want a bold kick in the sauce. And this malt beer already brings so much flavor, a delicious sweetness, and also a pleasantly tart note. So this is what I'm going to use instead. Pour liquid over the onions, so the pan's bottom is covered by about ½ centimeter. Now, turn down the heat on the pan and let the onions caramelize and simmer down. I'm right here, so keep a close eye on it. Meanwhile, the patties are now being fried. For this, a pan on the stove with a flame underneath. Oh my goodness, folks, it's already smelling so good in here. This is incredible. 3 tablespoons of olive oil go into the pan. Take the mixture and form 4 patties of equal size. Yes, put in the effort, make them beautifully round. Now, cook the patties over a really low heat from both sides for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. During this time, while the sauce and patties are cooking here, incredible flavor develops. This is where wonderful roasted aromas and absolute love are created. Alright, let's just take a moment to check on the onions. You can probably already see that the parts that had direct contact with the malt beer are now starting to become quite sticky and turn a rich brown color. Then add the next splash of malt beer. Keep doing this until the bottom of the pan is covered by about ½ centimeter, then let it reduce again. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to quickly slice up a few more pickles into nice thin rounds. For me, pickles are truly one of those essential items, a crucial component that absolutely must not be absent from my really good burger. Whether they're served as actual slices or finely chopped and mixed into a delicious burger sauce. Yeah, that looks good. There's still a little bit of beer on the bottom of the pan, and it's getting really sticky now, yeah. As the malt beer simmers down here, the sweetness from the beer, essentially the sugar, remains at the bottom of the pan, which will properly caramelize the onions. Then, I'll also prepare another small burger sauce here, which will be spread on the bun halves. To make this, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of vegan skyr, but you could also use a soy yogurt instead, if you prefer, and then just ½ teaspoon of mustard, just a splash of Worcestershire sauce. Worcester sauce, depending on how you want to pronounce it, it's something I really can't do without in my savory cooking. A ½ teaspoon of agave syrup. I know this mainly from my childhood. Back then, I put it on everything, whether on pizza or even on schnitzel. I'm adding another tablespoon of frozen herbs to the sauce. I'm using herbs de Provence, but you can also use chives or parsley, whatever you have on hand. Wonderful. So the onions. The sound alone tells me that the malt beer has completely boiled down. Just take a look at this here on the bottom of the pan. How incredibly sticky it is. Before the next splash of beer is added to this, I add a teaspoon of mustard, a teaspoon of tomato paste. I briefly saute both of them here. To this, you should add 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I'm adding more malt beer. Not quite as much this time. Now it's already getting a really gorgeous color. And the aromas that are developing here now, they really remind me of Sunday dinner. So, I'm going to flip the patties for the first time. Wow! Wow! That's absolutely perfect. They've been in there for about 5 or 6 minutes now. Now that the patties have been flipped, you can consider, are you a fan of nicely toasted crispy burger buns, or would you prefer them untoasted? If you want them toasted and nicely crisped up, turn on your stove right now, slice open your burger bun, and put it in for about 5 minutes. I actually prefer them untoasted because I already get plenty of heat from the sauce and the patty. The way the sauce is looking right now, I'm going to turn off the heat and then I'll give it a taste. With a good generous pinch of fresh nutmeg, half a teaspoon of noble sweet paprika powder, as well as a good generous amount of pepper. Just give it a taste. Oh my god. Oh, that's delicious! So, the sauce is just going to stay right here in the pan. The patty has already been frying for 3 minutes on its bottom side. Now I'm going to put a slice of plant-based cheese on 2 of the patties. And to get plant-based cheese to melt perfectly, I have a really useful tip for all of you. And here it is. Turn the heat on your pan almost completely off, so there's truly just a very minimal amount of warmth remaining. Then, you'll want to add just a small splash of water to it. Put the lid on, and now it has a chance to melt. I'll quickly clear this space, grab a plate, and then I'll start plating. Brush the cut surfaces of the burger buns with some burger sauce. Place cucumber slices on top, and don't be shy with them. The patty. Put the lid on, and this truly magnificent burger is now ready. I'm going to cut this open for you right here. Just look inside, how juicy and nutty it is. And of course, I won't pass up the chance to try it right away. Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. Wow, guys. So, of course, you can't eat a burger without making a complete mess of yourself, but that's exactly what I love about it. This patty is really, truly tender. Let me try to show you this again in here so you can truly see it. A really nice, light, and juicy texture. The tart, sweetly malty onions add such a crunch to the burger, and that's really fun. Please leave a like on this video and a comment if you've tried it and how it tasted. With the rest of the cauliflower, as I mentioned, I'll link you my vegan cheese and leek soup. Definitely give it a try. Stay fed, stay healthy, and keep your spirits up. See you again next week, yo Alex. Bye for now.